Hey Quirks, I thought about how cooking at home is so important to a lot of us. We can do it multiple times daily. It's a way some of us express ourselves, get creative, we nourish our bodies, our souls, and the tools of a craft are so important. You can buy a $150 knife, but spatulas max out at 10 bucks. This being said, I thought I'd go for the best spatula that I can think of, inspired by Fred and all the other ideas thrown out there. I'll start first with a handle because that's the most important piece, and if that's executed well, then Quirky can follow up with multiple different heads for sale and for purchase. Regarding the handle of a typical spatula, my primary issue is that it's not ergonomically efficient. Most of the time, when I'm scraping at the bottom or mixing things around, my arm has to be raised and my wrist bent at this awkward angle. This is not really that comfortable, but we all deal with it because that's what we're used to. So the primary feature I'm proposing to address this issue is the bent handle. This is a window washer, meant to be used this way, but it has this bent angle, so when I'm using and scraping the bottom of the pan or trying to get under something, notice the angle of my arm and hand and wrist. A lot more comfortable, a lot more ergonomic. Okay, imagine here one thin strip of pliable metal that goes all the way around like this. This is the top view. Tension here, and this is in its relaxed state. From the side view, one of the tongs parts looks like this. Goes through the handle. From this tension state, if you squeeze it, the handle collapses and it's streamlined. Surrounding the actual metal will probably a rubber or silicone grip, ergonomic, comfortable, soft, part for your thumb here, and one of the halves will have a sheath that goes around to protect the hand. So here's the top view of my prototype, my proposed design. It remains separated in a tong position, but to use it as a spatula, you just squeeze it and pop the head on top. Then when you're using it like this, notice again, it's a lot more ergonomic. Also, the handguard prevents you from accidentally burning yourself on the edge of the pan. Note the two indentations on the handle, one in the front right here and one in the back right here. Now these indentations will be quite convenient for oven use. Let's say you got something cooking in the oven, you want to pull out the rack, the back indentation will hook on and you can pull it out. Then you can use the tongs to flip something over, check to see if it's done, move them around, and the front indentation catches up here and pushes the rack back. Also the tip can probably be serrated for use as a tongs, but also to slip into the attachable and detachable heads. I really want to include the tong functionality because the spatula and the tongs are the two most utilized utensils in my kitchen at least. Now, without any attachment, you'll notice from the drawing that the tips are pretty sharp. Now this can be used tongs for fine manipulation. Let's say you're turning over shrimp or something small like that in the oven or on a pan. But if you have to use it with larger surface area grips, you just attach these things right on top. That could be one of the primary attachments that come with this item. Now one of the bonuses based on this design in regards to it being metal and the shape is that it conveniently affords it a convenient rest functionality. So when you're cooking and you want to leave it in between stirrings, you just put it like that. Since this part is metal, it won't burn at all. And because of the shape, it's convenient. The spatula stays above it and any drippings fall back into the pan. Now as far as storage for the tongs, just squeeze it together, have some sort of catch mechanism, stick it in the drawer. It's thin, or you can, like most spatulas, just stick it right in the utensil jar. Now as far as one of the heads, like Fred described, you want to be able to slide your food on this way, but not have it slide off that way, which is not really a big problem for me, food sliding off, but I do want friction because sometimes I flip things, like either an egg or a pancake, and I want it to stay stuck. So I would recommend for one of the heads, a flat front, which is good for scraping the bottom of the pan or getting under something, a curvature that matches the typical concave curvature of most pans right around here, so you can scrape around the side like that, and a flat end right here instead of angled in, because when I flip something, when I get under something and I flip it, I want to have it right there so it flips over nicely like that. So for the initial launch of this product, I think you do the basics: your wide spatula, your thin spatula, your spoon head, and your tong attachment grips. But I think if you predict into the future, leaving open the possibility of, let's say, one of my favorites, a pizza wheel. You clip on a pizza wheel to one of the tongs, squeeze it together so the other tong supports it, and you have a lot of leverage to cut a pizza. Then once you're done cutting the pizza, you just open up the tongs, slide it under, and grab a slice and serve the slice with the same utensil. Well, Quirks, I know I threw a lot of features at you, but I thought I would because I got excited and I wanted to see what would stick. And really what I was going for here was the iPhone of spatulas. I want to make this the spatula to end all spatulas. There you have it.